And we're live on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma playing the Hermitcraft, the season, the 9th. All the thers. Floyne, Forgil, Lucaro, the Thinky. These are not just random words that I am saying, these are people that are putting bananas in my chat, and I appreciate that they are doing that. Thank you. Thank you indeed. For the bananas. For the bananas, let me know that I'm live. I can also now see the stream on my other screen. Back in the day, it was tradition because I didn't have a preview of my own live stream. But now that I have 3 monitors, I can see what's going on. I only have 27 levels, I just realised. Efficiency 3, I'd like that. Except put a little blockage down. 28 levels. For what we're going to do today, I'd like to take that. I don't really have an easy way to get a bit more XP right now. I tell you what, we could do a tiny bit of caving. Do a tiny bit of caving for some cobble and coal, and we'll get 28 levels and just see if that means we get something slightly better. So welcome to everyone tuning in. It is our second Hermitcraft live stream. I'm doing a tiny bit of gearing up here, I guess, and then the plan will be to go to the Nether, go to a mesa, a desert, do some... I'm using the wrong pick. Do some block gathering and all of that. Actually, this is going to take forever to find an ore vein, isn't it? Unless I get lucky, unless there's like a spot where I haven't caved yet. I'll tell you what, the deep slate level actually, that'll have stuff. I'm trying to like locate the nearest source of XP. I have deliberately wanted to play this season without like thinking anything through in advance, just gonna like feel my way through it. And one of the benefits to planning is that you don't fumble around as much. I've done a fair bit of fumbling, like, oh, what should I do now? Which I feel like is what I'm doing at this point in time. Great first episode, says Cal. Thank you. I got a lot of good feedback on that. I haven't actually sat down and read the comments yet. I've read a few here and there and caught some tweets and other messages. You just go, glow squid! You just kind of reminded me I need to do that, right? This is where the slimes may spawn. You are a majestic glow squid. And now you are dying. I could have swore I just heard a noise in the ear. It hasn't updated, but we've had 4 new Patreons sign up, I'm assuming to play on the Let's Play Minecraft Together server, or Let's Play T. I don't know. Ian Power, Elijah Barmer, Terrell Anderson, and Amari Rabner. Thank you for signing up. Base looks great so far, says Nether. Thank you. Yeah. It's a real cool build. Yeah, no, I can see that there are noises not only in my ear but on the screen, yet Streamlabs is not updating. Let's try and reload the panel, which I don't think does anything. Oh, that just okay, clicking that replays it. Yeah. I don't know how to make this thing update if it's not going to update, like... What does that do? Okay, clicking on random stuff is probably not a great idea. Well, that's not really going to change anything. I probably have to, like, restart the whole thing if it's not working. Try asking nicely. Let's give it a little bit. I'll keep an eye on the stream, but nothing's popping up in slobs at the moment. I don't know if there's another way I can see that. I could possibly open a web page that has... yeah, actually, there's a web page for this. That wasn't there last time we were here, so someone has come to wrangle something out of the roof. And this is going to be where our Elytra course is. Okay, I heard another noise. It's not updating on slobs. So we've got stream problems. I've got fortune pick now. There you go. Tiniest bit of XP ever. Iron won't actually get us. Oh, God. I'm going to get killed, aren't I? I can hear them coming for me. Alright. Oh, little guys are the worst! Okay, little guy running away. Ah! You are a terror. Oh. Run away, big time. Oh, gosh. I don't like how it keeps stopping. Oh, my word. Okay, there we go. God, what a little terror that guy was. Right, and then there's another terror over there. Wait a minute. Fortune affects iron now, doesn't it? Oh, my goodness me. You see, I haven't played this update in survival much at all. Little details like that, you're just going to forget them. It affects gold too, so my fortune pick will aid me greatly. Where did you go? There you are! You menace. Menace to society. Yeah, I'll take a little bit. Oh! It's a creeper. It be creeping. Dang, these caves are amazing, y'all. Woo! Oh, you killed a bat. Dang. What did it ever do to you, eh? Oh, we got a great caving network here. This is so cool. Oh, we can definitely build like an elytra course through this area. Oh my god, fight each other to the death, please. Golden boots are low. Oh, there's another one. Dear lord. I'm kind of worried. My shield is low too. I only need a little bit of XP. They're getting battered over here. Very, very concerned. I don't have very good armor, do I? I mean, mobs are a source of XP as well. Look at this. Actually, no, we got 28 levels. That's what I came here for. Yeah, I can see stuff in the dark. Oh, God, I'm wandering. Oh, this might be the death of me. And there's that up there, apparently. Dang, dang, dang. Keep moving. Okay, now we'll eat. Alright, I think I'm going to head back. I'm not in good shape. I'm not really getting anything useful out of here. Still, I have no alerts, so I think now that I got 28 levels, we're going to head back. And whatnot. I've also got a hot cup of tea here. I just had a coffee, by the way. I really, really enjoy coffee, and what's weird is that I don't feel like addicted to it. Like, I don't get a craving for it. I feel like I look forward to it. Anyway, I'm gonna not drink any more coffee for the next like week, as I'm having a like a, I don't know, they call it like deload or whatever, just doing less working out, having a bit of a break. So I'm not gonna have coffee for a week, and then I'm gonna assess how I feel, because I could happily drink one every day, man. It's a really nice part of the day, drinking that warm coffee. And Curls, by the way, I don't know if Curls is there, but props to Curls for introducing me to proper coffee. Like, I did not consider myself much of a coffee person. I liked a mocha because it was sweet and had chocolate in, but dang, proper coffee is good. Coffee is good for you as long as you don't add anything to it, says my Schubert. I put salt in mine today as a little experiment, and I didn't think about it when I was drinking it. It's only now that I've remembered I put salt in, and I'm like, did that make a difference? I think it did a little bit. Right, now let's try and fix this issue while I drink my tea. So I'm going to be in my web browser for a second here, just trying to see if I can get my alerts to pop up through a different method. Salt in coffee, says Staglow. Yep, only a little bit, not a crazy amount. I put a bit more than I did last time I did that experiment. Right, I can't see what I want here. Recent events. That is what I want, and I can see it. Hey, there we go. I've got it in web page form. Right, so on that screen, I will use that as the method for seeing these things then. Okay, so we got it back. That means I can thank a whole bunch of people. We got Becca for 19 months. What song or artist do you like but rarely admit liking? It's a great question, Becca. I've answered this sort of question before. Like, people say, what's your guilty pleasure? I don't have any guilty pleasures or like artists that I'm embarrassed about listening to. Maybe when I was younger, I don't even remember. Like, I've always just liked what I've liked. Like, I'm more one to, like, if someone's like, oh my god, you like them, they suck. I'm more like, oh, I need to convince you why they're great. Right, then I am, oh, I won't tell anyone else again. I don't know. Nothing really. Like, anything I like, I'll just say, hey, I like it. Right? I guess I don't really care if anyone thinks anything of that, you know? I mean, I'm trying to think of something that could be air quotes embarrassing, but like, being embarrassed is relative, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's relative. It's relative to how you think about things. Like, because I've suffered with anxiety and stuff, and still do, but like, it's suffered. You know, I've suffered with anxiety. I wouldn't say I suffer with it anymore. It's a thing. It's a natural thing. It's a part of life. But anxiety can end up being attached to the wrong places, if you like. If you want to frame it like that. Hey, Silk Touch is good. So, in learning to deal with that stuff, one of the things that maybe made me anxious was like, if I'm, let's say, at a store and I'm buying things, right, picking up items or whatever, and then you drop something, and it's like, oh, you're that person who just, I don't know, dropped a jar and it smashed, or, you know, knocked over a bunch of stuff in a shop. That used to embarrass me because it would also, like, make me anxious. But in learning to deal with anxiety, I kind of realised, like, everyone's going to be that person at some point or another. And I also, when someone else does that, it's not like I'm looking at them going, there's something wrong with you or whatever. Like, it's just something that happens. And so now I find myself, like, if you're that idiot that, like, trips over their own feet and falls over, or I just, like, you know, pick yourself back up and get on with it. I just don't really care as much. So I feel like that's similar, like a similar attitude to how I feel about music or movies or whatever. It's like, how much does it really matter? I'm not, like, if I like something, it's not going to be a guilty pleasure. It's just going to be a pleasure. So I don't really have an example. Okay, anyway, we're going to pick up our stuff and go. I'm just kind of thinking about what to take with me. I need a different pick. See, I think I want to combine those together, but then I don't want to use too much of this for where we're going. So I need an anvil, so let's go smelt up. Yeah, let's go smelt up a bunch of stuff, which I haven't really done yet. 2, 3, 4, 5. Put 2 here. 1 there. I don't know why that needs to remain open. I'm not going back down there again, I don't think. Let's grab some of these. You know what? I might end up using some of the raw stuff for building blocks. Excuse me. Cubfan did this last season. It looked really cool. Also, didn't some of my armor get low? So I kind of need to replenish my gold. I'm just going to do the one bit, I think. We'll end up using a lot more iron as we play, yeah. Okay, that's good. So I'll make an anvil and combine those together. And I need to make some iron boots again. And then enchant them. Right, and I am going to read more of those noises. I got to one noise in the ear, and immediately I'm distracted. So, Verizon Amiga, thank you for 33 months. I've just realised that I'm not recording my own stream. There we go, fix that. We got Imish for 15, McFisto with the Prime, Irene is gifting subs to Jenny T, Okia, and Dadu. Thank you for gifting those subs. Always appreciated. If you hear your name being read out loud on a gifted sub, be sure to say thanks in the chat. Like Leonard M54, gifted a sub by Becca. Thank you, Becca, as always. Array894, Nertian von Schwascher. Oh, that's very German sounding. With the Prime, Not Right in Row here for 61 months. Dutch Force, Bonnie Key, Flux 9665 for 9 months. Anna Bomb Banana gifting a sub to Banana Slices. Appreciate you doing that. Curls of Doom for 9 months. I'm here. I'm happy to hear that you enjoy it as much as I do and that I could help you on the ways of discovering it. Are you adding anything else to the coffee besides salt? I just have it with full fat milk. I have it with full fat milk. I did run the experiments of trying it with like coconut oil, coconut milk, la 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 la. Didn't really get much out of that. So I stick with the a little bit of milk. I'm currently trying my second bag because I finished off the caramello one, and this second bag is probably more bitter, but it's slightly chocolatey, which I really like. So that's good. And then I've got a third bag in waiting as well. Another one that's supposed to be a bit chocolatey and fruity. And I think I'm just going to, like, when a bag runs out, try another one, but keep track of which ones I like most. And then maybe, like, once, you know, months have passed and I've gone through several bags, I'll be good with that. So that is what we're going to do. I get to name it. I'm going to call it Doom Guys. I could call it the BFG, although that doesn't. Doom Guys Silk. There you go. I'm Doom Guy this season. Let's not forget that. Okay, great. We got one of those. I don't really care for. Yeah, I don't know. Like in the back of my mind, it's like, oh, you need another efficiency 4, so you got efficiency 5. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we can leave this stuff just kind of doing its thing over here. The other one enchant I need to make is for this stuff. And look at me, I've spent all of my XP pretty much. Can we do a low level one? Unbreaking, protection 2 sounds good. That's a bit more than protection 1, isn't it? Cool, and with that, that's basically the pick that I'm going to use now. I mean, which one... Actually, chat, okay, which one do you think you're more likely to hold on to? Let's think this through a little bit. I'm going to run a poll in chat. What should you conserve? That means to not use as much, right? Silk Touch or Fortune? At this stage in the game, which one should I be conserving? I can't help but feel it's Silk Touch. I really do. That would be my my guess. Let's get those results up. Right, we're going to take a shovel with us, a bow, and then not that, I guess. It's a poll, by the way, for the people typing in chat. You just need to vote in the poll. People are saying conserve Fortune. Interesting. Interesting. I guess I consider the things that we get from Fortune a little less valuable. Because I'm a farm builder, so it won't be long before I've got like an iron farm and stuff. In which case, I'll take the Silk Touch. Okay, Silk Touch is a more common enchant. It's easier and cheaper to get from villagers. 2 very good points then. And chat, your poll seems to agree with 59% saying Fortune. So thanks for participating. We're now ready to head up to my base and into the Nether, I think. I mean, I don't need to take 2 stacks of that with me. Might need a little bit of coal where we're going, but probably not. Could do with a boat, but I've got wood, so we're good. Alright, then we got Toodler MC here for 10 months and Tanked Goblin with some cheers and biddies. No message with that one, but thank you nonetheless. We got Tanked Goblin saying... let's go through here. I have been meaning to ask you for a long time, but have never been able to catch a stream. Do you know Jordan Peterson, and if so, what do you think about him and his work? Yeah, I know who Jordan Peterson is. I've watched a lot of his podcasts, videos, interviews, all that kind of stuff. He's someone that, on occasion, I'll agree with. A lot of the time, I find his use of language to be rather, I don't know, maybe a little over the top. And I find some of his takes on stuff to be... Like, I believe in this idea that if you're going to go into the world of, like, debating and arguing over philosophy and takes on things that are happening in the world, that you should, like, make the best argument of someone else's point of view, rather than make them out to their position to be weak. To argue in good faith. And I kind of feel like he's someone who paints a bad picture of whatever he's arguing against, right? So, for the most part, he's not someone I really gravitate too much anymore, but I've checked him out, I listened to his book, and I think there are some valuable things and ideas that he offers. A lot of the religion that he bakes in is not something I'm interested in, and I think some of his takes aren't so great, but it depends on what the take is, really. So yeah, in a nutshell, like I kind of don't really gravitate to his stuff very much. I did at one point when I was first like checking his, like, what he talks about out. Who's being talked about? Jordan Peterson, who's I believe a Canadian academic, right? Who's, you know, gathered a lot of heat, sometimes maybe for fair reasons, other times not so much. I remember there was this interview with him where the interviewer was like pretty much like trying to put words in his mouth very blatantly, and that's never a good way to interview, and that kind of blew up, and there was a lot of virality around that. That was kind of the time when I like first checked out what he was up to and stuff, but these days not so interested really. What have we got here? Clover TR, thank you for 2 months. Yexo, thank you for the Prime. Fifth Alice, gifting subs to SPN Cosmic, Aku Inu, Cranberry Woot 0206, and Hudat Sunflower. Thank you for gifting the subs, and be sure to say thanks in chat if you heard your name being read out loud. We got Mural Wolf here for 3 months. Happy Hermitcraft is back. Excited to see what's to come. Me too, for sure. It's good to be back. Damn Metro Arnold, thank you ever so much for your donation, saying here's a little Metro luck for the beginnings of the 9th Hermitcraft adventure. Still hard to believe this team's a month shy of being active for 10 years. Best wishes from DMA. Yeah, it's pretty bonkers, right? I've been here since the beginning. Feel incredibly fortunate to have been a part of this group. Loved the adventures, and in April, it will be towards the latter end of April. I think it's around April the 20th, actually. Somewhere around there that will mark 10 years of Hermitcraft. And we've not got anything really planned. Things have been a bit chaotic and hectic as of late, and I was working on something a long time ago for it, but it didn't really manifest, so you're probably not going to see us do anything particularly special for it, unfortunately. I mean, it's always nice to do things like that, but sometimes it doesn't quite work out. Okay, this is good. We can instant mine the sandstone. It's the terracotta that we can't instant mine. Whenever you go back to the beginning of the game, it's like, oh yeah, I don't have my elytra, I don't have my, you know, top-notch tools, and you gotta remember the basics again. So I want to get some sandstone, and I was unable to find any of those, like, big deposits of it that kind of generate with the landscape. I'm not sure if that's a thing that's been forgotten about with the terrain changes in 1.18. But it could well be. Look at that. That's good. I need some of that for the rest of the build that I've got to do in my base. Could we get something like your episode 1000? No, because that took a lot of... That episode, like, started way, like, I don't know when specifically. Like, episode 666, for example, I think started in, like, season 4 or something. Like, Things like that take a bit of time and preparation, right? And I haven't got anything in the works, so yeah, don't expect much. You know, it's nice to hit that milestone. It just happens we're not in a place to do anything big and spectacular at the moment, unfortunately. Alright, we got Sol Voxet here for 4 months. How is your coffee brewing going? We talked about that a little while. It's going fantastic. I really like it. Didn't feel like I actually needed a coffee today, but it's definitely perked me up. That's one thing I do feel. I actually feel the caffeine quite strongly. But yeah, it doesn't feel like an addiction. It doesn't have that quality to it yet. And I got an addictive personality, so like when it comes to things that I do, I frequently like analyze my behavior and feelings around it. And so when I was drinking those mocha chockers, I think the craving was probably actually coming from the sugar. And speaking of sugar, oh wow, that was good timing. Literally just filled it up to the brim. Speaking of sugar, oh, little guy. Yesterday I had a curry. Right, treated myself to a curry. Look forward to that on the weekend. I think I'm getting like sick of... I don't know, just looking forward to eating. Like, I'm always hungry, but whatever. Like, I'm dead hungry right now, but I'll eat after. So I had my curry, and I hadn't had a halo top in like 10 months. I used to like having a curry and then a halo top after or whatever. And I'll tell you what, it was weird. Like, it was alright, but after I finished eating it, all of a sudden my gut just felt really weird, and I felt incredibly bloated and uncomfortable. And I have not had that feeling for 10 weeks. And this is a good thing because, let's face it, it's not a healthy food. Sure, it's low on the calorie side and it's an indulgence and whatnot, but I'm just done with that now. I'm just like, I've done 10 weeks without having any dessert, and not even like a mild, like a hot chocolate. You can get these hot chocolate sachets that are like, you know, 40 calories. And all you're doing is shoving in a bunch of hot water with a little, you know, there's sugar in it, right? A little bit of flavoring. It's not a heavy drink. It's not a rich drink. Cut those out as well. I've cut out so much sugar, and now it seems like maybe my gut's really sensitive to it, right? Because it made me... What's a Halo Top, says Slytro? It's a tub of ice cream, okay? You know, like a Ben & Jerry's or, you know, like cookie dough ice cream tubs. They're very indulgent. They kind of advertise themselves in that sort of, you know, sit down and indulge kind of way. Everyone likes a bit of ice cream. How could you not? It's, yeah, a tub of that is usually... like at least 1,200 calories, right? And what Halo Top is an alternative that's made from soy, I believe, mostly, and they taste great. Okay, they don't taste quite like authentic ice cream, but they don't have to either. They taste great, and they're only like 320 to like 360 calories a tub, which is like a really fantastic tool, I think, if you're someone who's trying to change your body composition a little bit, maybe drop some weight, but you know, you're used to eating like ice cream a lot or whatever. It's a great tool to get you like to where you want to go. Anyway, I forgot why we brought that up. What was the question? What is Halo Top, I think it was. So yeah, after 10 weeks with like very little sugar of that type, no treats, it just made my gut feel awful after, and I thought like, why have I like waited to have a little bit of indulgence again, you know, watch a movie, zone out for a bit. There's a lot going on in the world and you just need to like give yourself a distraction sometimes, and then feel awful because I've just like eating one of these things. I was like, it's not worth it, and that's like flipped my mindset now. It's like I'm not gonna look at this thing like it's a treat. I'm gonna look at it like this thing's gonna make me feel bloated again. So why bother? Why bother? What is the product he did talk about? It's called Halo Top. Look, if you're conscious of calories and stuff, and maybe you want to lose some weight, and you eat ice cream on a regular basis, it could be a nice alternative to like help you eat a little bit less. I mean, it's not a health food, right? Don't get it twisted. It's not a healthy alternative. It's still just a sugary treat. But because it's made from soy, as opposed to regular ice cream, it drastically reduces calories. Anyways, where are we? Space Roll, thank you for subscribing. Savian2401, thank you for 17 months. I am Faerox, thank you for 18, saying, hey X, I have a question. I understand the sense of anonymity and everything, but why the screen mask? Was it what was available, or did you personally decide that the screen mask was what you wanted for privacy? I don't remember what I thought at the time, but I'll tell you, it's probably just a case of that looks cool. So like when looking for a mask, I'm like, oh, the screen mask, that's awesome. You know? I mean, I like horror cinema. I wouldn't consider Scream, like, a part of what I like about horror cinema. Like, that isn't what I consider a classic or anything. But, you know, it looks cool. It looks really cool. Did you watch Malignant? I did not. I watched Master and Commander with Russell Crowe. That was my movie yesterday. Today I'm going to watch Road to Perdition with Tom Hanks. And I thought the Master and Commander movie was really good. It's also got that guy from WandaVision in, right? I'm like, who is this dude? I know this actor. I've seen him in something. Oh yeah, it was WandaVision. Yeah, he's in it. Really good movie. It's one of those like 1800s naval wartime movies. Not a drama. Not much of a character piece either, really. More of a moment in time action adventure. And the tone of it was really good. There was a lot of terminology for how they, use the vessel. How they do their naval operations. I kind of felt like there was probably room there to go a little deeper on it. But maybe that's because I got like a lack of knowledge for this stuff, and I found it really fascinating to hear them use the language of the time. And it just kind of made me aware there's a lot of stuff to like how those ships work that those people would have known at that time. And I'm quite fascinated in perhaps knowing a bit more. His name is Paul Bettany. That sounds like it. Yeah, Paul Bettany. That's the one. We got Kipper99 gifting a sub to Firus21. Thank you for doing that, my dude. Cash95 live with the Prime. The Danish dude for 2 months. CPL Erin with the Prime. TX Writers here for 6 months. We got the White Xerox here for 2. Gets Zem is here for 23. Glad I followed you this whole time. Such a wholesome streamer and wonderful community to follow. Good wishes, you and all. Keep it up. Thank you, my dude, for the lovely message. Appreciate it. Recently started watching the Star Wars series with a friend after avoiding it for so long, says Ashia. I really like The Mandalorian from Star Wars. I haven't ever gotten into much other stuff from that universe, other than the main movies, I guess. We got Wazezi here with the Prime. JJ Oakman 16. Viz Triss with the Prime. Pontanu for 23 months. Lousy Boy with the Prime. Ender Moon Wolf. Beezer Town. Bradus111, all with the Prime subscriptions. Anna Bomb Bananas gifting a sub to the Vertical Banana. Appreciate it. A straight banana, I guess. And I was about to say we're almost done, but we've got a sub bomb coming in. We've also got... Actually, I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. Let's head in this direction. We've also got Jacky Boone Stacky. I think that's a total and utter name butcher going on right there. And I am Faerox is here with more gifted subs to Dinzery, JCrafty00, King of Skills, 8 Webs, and The Rue Place. If you hear your name being read out loud, be sure to say thanks in the chat. We always appreciate the gifting of the subs. And I'm going to switch to standing. Every time I've sat down, I can't sit for more than like half an hour today. Just feeling antsy. Did you watch the Book of Boba? Says Jurassic Park. I did. That felt like that should have just been, you know, a continuation of the Mandalorian series. It's interesting how like the stories of the two series like are tied together in an important way. And I don't know if like the Mandalorian is finished and you just follow watching the Boba Fett thing, or if it comes back. In terms of continuity, I wonder if it's going to be like confusing for anyone who's on the outside, like not understanding that the two things are kind of tied. Book of Bob's was basically Mandalorian Season 3, says Nab Alus Me. Yeah, but if there is a Mandalorian Season 3 that takes over from it, it's going to be kind of weird. Yeah, the Book of Boba Fett didn't do Boba justice, I feel, says Arnapur. I had no real like expectations of how they were going to be betrayed, so I kind of really liked the character. Like, very, very sort of stoic and wise, and explains themselves through actions a bit more than words, which I kind of like those kind of characters. Martian Green, thank you for the Prime, and Fidgeting Gemini, thank you for 3 months. That brings us up to speed on the noises in the ear. And thank you everyone, as always, so much for the tremendous support. Let's now go in this direction over to the terracotta. Will you change the Twitch coins from Derp coins to something else, says iPad King. I have no plans to do anything really at the moment with that. I don't know. There's going to be another season of Mandalorian, but you have to watch Boba Fett to continue watching The Mandalorian. Yeah, that seems really weird, doesn't it? Or maybe, if you think about it, maybe where Mandalorian Season 3 picks up, maybe it's like you can kind of skip the backstory for Boba Fett's character and you just kind of like, you know, jump in and see what's going on. I'm not entirely sure how that'll work, just speculating it could work like that. How big is the Season 9 world? I saw the world border in Grian's video. The world border is 1,500 blocks away from spawn. In every other direction it's something like 100,000 blocks, so yeah. Maybe a recap episode, says Mr. Yasser. They could put in a recap episode, yeah. That would bring people up to speed. Is there going to be a Book of Boba Fett Season 2? As well as a Mandalorian Season 3? I think if there was, it would be, then it would really probably get quite confusing. Even if you like understand the format, it's a bit like you'd be bouncing back and forth between these two shows. My problem with the Book of Boba Fett was that the best episode was the one he wasn't in, says Out of the Bat. That doesn't have to be a problem though, does it? Also, I was thinking, for my build palette, I wonder if I can get the combination of blocks to work with this red sand over here, which is not actually red sand, it's orange terracotta, but this stuff. If it did, I should probably collect a little bit of this as well and put that on sale. So, by the way, I want to collect some of these blocks. I don't really have like a plan for a shop. Shops are always the same, you know, after doing them so many times. But what I thought I might do is make a little pop-up shop that's just literally there to say, look, I got a few stacks of things you might be struggling to find, and if I can make a few diamonds, I can gear up a little quicker. As opposed to, like, you know, trying to make the most diamonds this season or something. Just something to get me started. Whoa, we absolutely tore through that. I wasn't even paying attention. That kind of sucks. Oh, well, okay. Hey, this is... Oh, right. I need rails as it goes. I need to craft a bunch of those. But actually, I've already got them in a ways. And there'll be loads of gold in the mine shaft, which I'm not sure if I really need or not. And maybe there'll be a configuration of cave spider spawners, and that could be a source of XP. Wait, is that instant mine? Oh, God, I thought the brown was like the darkness of a hole. I don't know how many of these I need, but probably not too much more than a stack. So that's kind of great that I don't have to get a bunch of iron for that. Because I haven't made an iron farm yet. I really don't want to rush anything this season. I just want to casually play and get inspired and enjoy whatever happens. Let me make a note though. Where's that in my recording? 25 minutes. Good stuff. Good stuff. Made a note. That's cool. Now we're here to pick up some terracotta, right? Oh, that being said, there might be some good loot. There might be some good loot. These things do have chests. So I think a little bit of exploration could be good. But I don't... Oh, hello. Cave spider spawner. At the surface. If you want iron, go into a cliff without snow. Lots of exposed iron, says Cuckoo Big. Yeah. That is not a bad place to find it. Ore veins are not bad either. Coal. I need coal. Oh, and I've only got silk with me. But it means I just mine it for the coal later. So that ain't so bad. Get a little bit of stone. And then there's some more. Right. How long do you think this stream will go on for, says Nomantis Gaming? Until another 90 minutes, basically. Just shy of 90 minutes. Which was as planned, I guess. Yeah, I'm starting to accumulate like a variety of blocks, which is not particularly the intention. I guess I might just take several trips back and forth as we get some terracotta. I'm kind of hoping to stumble on a chest more than anything. A chest with some good stuff in. Yeah, and now I got copper in here as well. Might just throw that away. I don't know. I'm wondering who will take the first dragon this season, says Lexanam. You know, there isn't really a rush to do that. Like, I think quite a few people in the group are in this mentality of, like, taking it easier this season. And I know that some strongholds have been found, but no one's actually, like, then and gone and, you know, fought the dragon or anything. Take that, right. Well, what I'm going to do, I think, is log out because I really need the toilet. And I should probably not hang around where there's mobs. So, where's my little be right back button? There it is. Oh, we'll be right back. Just nip into the loo. Oh, that is a result of drinking tea, drinking coffee, glug-a-lugging a lot of water, which I want to keep doing. Oh! God, I swear that just went up my nose somehow. Ugh. Oh, God, that did. Like, through the back of my throat up my nose. That's so weird. How is one meal a day going, says Sectum Sempra. I did good yesterday. I was able to do a lot of exercise as well. Did fine today, doing less exercise today though, just resting a bit more. I think I'll be okay with it. You just have to kind of get used to the hunger. The thing that I thought though, yesterday I popped a couple of like electrolyte. What are they? Tablet doesn't seem like the right word. Oh god! Oh god! Okay, I should probably stop this now. Let's get out of here. Or at least, let's get back to the sunlight and check out if there's anything just below. And then I had this thought of like, does the electrolyte break my fast? And it has under 0.5 gram of sugar in it, which could actually break the... Oh god, the BIB screen. Dang it, I pressed the button to turn it off and it didn't work. I actually remember and I still look like a fool. Yeah, my Stream Deck is a bit dodgy, really. You press the buttons and sometimes they double press, sometimes they don't respond. Looks like... Actually, no. Mineshafts can generate with torches, so... Okay, no. Someone else has been here. Clearly. They don't place them down like that. So I'm gonna avoid this then. Probably not gonna get anything. Yeah, so I was kind of wondering if these little electrolyte tablets break the fast or not. Because I usually have them on days that I'm like fasting and if I do some like exercise or something. But I think they're probably more essential for like really rigorous exercise. Maybe I should do some research into that and find out. Right, what I'm not going to do is collect the multiple colours. I think I'll just get the plain stuff so people can dye it. We got Mystic Beans subscribing. We also got Baswan2 for 10 months. Thank you so much for your support. Greatly appreciated. The world generation is so amazing. It really is. The update has revitalised that part of the game for sure. What do you think about calisthenics? Calisthenics is awesome. Some of my training I do is more calisthenic. Body weight. Like I've been trying to like improve my core strength a lot, and so I do like hanging leg raises where you like hang from a bar for like 30 seconds with your legs in the air, and that's like a body weight exercise. And yeah, it's like I don't believe in like one doctrine or another. I believe in like having goals and finding tools to help you achieve them, I guess. Yarmek, thank you for 4 months of support. Appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. Magic Ninja says, is everyone from last season in this season? Yeah, pretty much. We got Eruzu on Patreon. Thank you for becoming a Patreon, my dude. You'll now have access to the Let's Play... Actually, you won't. You'll have access to the Let's Play Minecraft Together server at the end of the month. You have to wait for Patreon. It's a monthly thing, isn't it? But thank you, my dude. We also got Karu subscribing and Simple How for 7 months. White Eagle says, who is currently on the server? These people are currently on the server. Where has the build reached? How much have you completed it? I've completed the, air quotes, first phase of it, I guess you could say. Yeah, I don't want that. Actually, let's throw it away where it will actually be thrown away, so... We kind of want to fill up our inventory to some extent, and that'll be a fair amount, I think. Hey X, you continue to play Stone Block. You know, I thought I would, but again, I kind of also thought once we do Project E and that EMC stuff, That always kind of kills it for me, the way you can just now take that energy and convert other stuff. I feel like things tend to go in cycles a bit. Like you do something for a while, you move on to the next thing. There was a lot more I wanted to do in that world. Like I didn't get around to building a slime farm, but once all the need for it gets stripped out, it's harder to like get into the world and do stuff like that. And Season 9's going to push that aside for a while, and I got a feeling that maybe that'll be it, you know. Maybe I won't feel like getting back into it again, but it was a really great adventure to do the stone block stuff. And definitely going to do modded things now and then. But, you know, whenever, you know, because we know how this stuff goes. Once we're settled in on Hermitcraft, and maybe I start streaming it a little less and look to do other things at the same time again, because, you know, things go through their cycles. There'll be a lot of Hermitcraft 9 in the beginning, but then over time, you know, other stuff will come in. I think I really want to go and do City Skylines again, because I started watching some City Skylines videos, and I realized that like there's tons of tools, and like I want to do a really heavily modded thing where you can just like asset plop and manipulate where things go in the city. Like I learned that you can create an attraction. So like if you put down like a park or like a tourist attraction in City Skylines, you create demand for it and people go visit it. And what you can do with the mods is you can artificially create points of interest like that generate traffic. So I want to do a city where I'm not really playing the vanilla game. I'm more or less architecturing my own city, not just aesthetically, but like how it has traffic moving through it as well, and just experiment and do interesting stuff. And yeah, I think that's what I'll probably do as my next big stream thing, as opposed to a mod pack this time. Have you seen Biffa Plays City Skylines? That's always my go-to, says Seth. Of course I have. I actually sent him the world that we played in last. I was like, hey, I didn't really think about this when I started playing, but if you want to use my name for clickbait, you know, fixing Xisuma's world, here you can have at it, like have fun. I also built a little bit more than you would have seen in the live streams we did. I made a little tourist island that created a lot of traffic. Maybe Doom with the other hermits, says Dolphin the Great. Nah, I don't. I've over the years I've had my replenishing of nostalgia truly fulfilled with Doom. You know, it's I played it as a kid, always had a bit of nostalgia for it. Also, I've talked about this before, there's like another level of access to nostalgia these days. Like, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 was a very nostalgic game for me. Now there's like a whole scene of YouTube channels doing the deep dive on the game and all the little quirky details about it, and it kind of sucks out the nostalgia a bit when it's so available, and it makes me kind of like less interested in actually playing it again. It's like I've got my fix. But where I had played Doom a lot over the years, you know, like nostalgically revisiting it for the channel, eventually that itch is kind of scratched, right? Maybe if they do another, like, John Romero did his, is it Sigil, was it called? Like, level pack? If they did something like that again, I might play it for that reason. There are archive sites for old games, says Dolphin the Great. Yep, there's that as well. So, like, the barrier of entry to get into that stuff has come down. Like, let's say we roll back the clock, let's say 10 to 15 years. You had to do, like, a fair bit of work to, like, figure out how to get an old game running on DOSBox or something like that. And now it's like, even that's been outsourced to just a website you can visit that's got it all ready to go for you. Log in and play kind of thing. So, not only can you do that, you can also just log on to YouTube and watch someone else play it for a bit. So whenever you get like a bout of nostalgia for an old game, you know, you can get satisfied really easy without you playing it. And speaking of that, when I was watching the Master and Commander movie, I was reminded of an old PlayStation game called Overboard. I remember it being really good, actually. Like one that, I mean, you can be a bit like, what they call it, rosy tinted nostalgia or whatever. Like, you remember it being better than it is, but I kind of remember that game having some really good, fun gameplay mechanics. Maybe one to play again at some point. But I remember it being like a little puzzle game where you're like top down looking at your ship, and then it's like a series of like obstacles and challenges to overcome that you swim around and shoot the cannonballs out of your ship at. Anyone remember Tyrion 2? Do you mean Tyrion 2000? Why am I poisoned? Oh, I must have gone over a pufferfish. Gotta play their good old Sierra games. Sierra games were great, weren't they? G-Stav, thank you for 73 months. First Evil X of the stream, I believe. Remember the game Ski Free with a snowman that would chase you when you went down the slopes? Is that the Windows one where you're like a little pixel art ski guy and you like left, right, and there's obstacles? Because I've briefly played that game. Like when I was a kid. Only briefly. Thank you for the support, my dude. We've also got the Office Crafter here for 2 months. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Oh, Microsoft Edge incorporate that into their browser. Is that like a little Easter egg type thing? Is that my portal? That's probably the portal. Yeah, the one game that was part of that era of like little Microsoft Windows games, I think it was called Jezball, which was like this grid that would have a ball bouncing in it, and your goal was to like split the grid and reduce the area that the ball can bounce in, and like you would click and then it would send these little things from top to bottom or left to right, and if the ball hit it, it would then like you'd lose a life. But then once you did the first one, there'd be 2 balls in the box, then 3, 4, etc. I remember that game being super fun. Prism says, do you know the Game Boy console? I used to play it a lot when I was a kid. Yeah, I know of Game Boy. And again, nostalgic access to this stuff, right? There's just a gazillion YouTube videos made by millennials of all the different consoles and stuff from our childhood. And so like, yeah, again, 10, 15 years ago, oh, I remember that game on the Sega Mega Drive, or this console, that console. It's just like there's so much access to it now. It's crazy. You don't have to nostalgically remember or put any effort into like getting hold of that stuff again. Have you played the Tekken games? Yeah, me and my friends used to play Tekken 3 and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games. Those ones I was really fond of. Game Boy, is that a boy who plays games? Says the Thinky. You've nailed it. You've put it right on the head. Anyone remember Homeworld, that old 3D RTS? They're making a new one. Laser, I had that and I never played it enough to know much about it. I had it when I was a kid. It was part of those Sierra Classics series with the golden DVD box. And I had like Diablo and StarCraft from that series. But that was one that I brought and never actually really played. Lucola, thank you ever so much for gifting a sub to Night Trail. Appreciate you doing that. Thank you for gifting the sub and supporting our community. Right, so what do we got? I am starting to actually fill up a lot of space here, really. For a little pop-up shop, I reckon we can sell more terracotta than that. A bit disappointed about my shovel. We haven't got any XP, and I haven't really got a way to scheme for more of it. Sadly, we're not going to get it from ore. I mean, maybe I could have built like a cheesed cave spider spawner. I'm just starting to think like if you think like lowest effort and you just stand there and grind for a bit, I could dig out a room around a cave spider, and then maybe with a particular combination of blocks they come to you but they can't hit you through the gap, that kind of thing. I mean, we're going to head back there. Why don't we try that and just see where we get with it? And then if we get enough XP, we might come and do an enchantment. Right. I don't really know where to put all of this stuff. Just because I haven't really like labelled or thought through. I'm just going to put them in here. Thought through this storage thing very much. Skeleton spawner, impulse and gems, says Pand. I kind of feel like just making my own thing, you know. I do need to get a skeleton spawner of my own at some point. So we'd go there, we'd dig it out, we'd throw down a few torches, obviously. And then we'd remove the torches, we'd have a little room, they come up to us. I did this last season with a spider spawner early on. I'm just trying to remember how I set it up. I think it was literally just trapdoors that I opened and closed. Let's resort to my test world for a second. Right, so walls. Like if I... Oh yeah, they're going to connect. You need something where they don't connect. And they changed this so like a lot of stuff connects. See, that doesn't. But that way does. They can fit through slabs, but they probably can't fit through that. Then you'd want a couple of hoppers to pick up any items on the other side. If you're thinking, X, this looks so janky, that's because it is. It's deliberately janky. Let's get some cave spider spawner. Eggs. So those in theory should see me. Right, it can hit me through that bit, yeah. Did it hit? I think it's hitting me again. So I'd have to stand back a bit. That's kind of annoying. They're not actually really seeing me, are they? It's kind of weird. Dang. What about trapdoors? Because I'm pretty sure I used trapdoors last time. I mean, I could get closer to them, but they're clearly not looking at me. Huh. I feel like... I guess they're not technically seeing a path, right? Is it me, or... like, shouldn't they see me and come attack me? Oh, it's because it's daytime, probably. Okay, so let's go... Do you see? Now it sees me. Time of day affects the spider. I think I'll go with that. Look, it's not hitting me. And it'll just possibly... I want them to come to the middle. Dang, this place looks terrible at night time. Xisuma, use glass wall and fence. You're making me think, like, we want them to come to us, but then the problem is they hit a wall and they go up, right? So, yeah, okay, you can go that way. What if we're here? I can actually hit them through that gap. No, I can't. Wait. Its hitbox is not the same as its, like, visual look. This is going to get overcomplicated quickly as well. So they'll hit a wall and climb up it. And then we want them to see us. Not really sure. F3 and B, says Luca. That's not a bad idea, yeah. There you go. And that's with creative reach, so that's not really that promising. Unless I put the slabs on this side or something. So we build a little room, we put walls at one end, they see us, they come to us, and then we want to hit them. Like that. Also, if I'm stepped back, it creates a different hitbox. There you go. But in survival, we'll probably want to be a bit closer. Now, I don't think it sees us, necessarily. Need to get rid of you. Right, they don't even see me. That one did, maybe. See, that position right there is where we want them to come to, but they just got to see me. And if more are going to spawn in there, I don't like the way they can hit you through these gaps. It's really annoying. Like, maybe if I then have trapdoors here, it keeps me far enough away. I think it's still hitting me, isn't it? Like, if I go there, yeah. Wow, the reach distance is insane. Fence and a wall like you did in Season 8 with Joe. I've completely forgotten how I did it, yeah. Fence and wall. So, if I put... That'll just make it easy for me to hit them. Dang it. You lot are just annoying. Get out of here. Dang it. Ruining my experiment. So we don't have any of this. That is how I did it before, isn't it? Then I can stand back. They should always be able to see me. When they hit that, that's the one. That was it. That was what I needed. And they can't get through. So let's double check. They see me. They're moving about. And they had a way out round the side. Okay, that's cool. So we need walls and we need fences. That's the trick. Let's make some fences. Shouldn't need more than that. Also, I always bring some wood with me. Sandstone walls. Or maybe cobble walls. Blackstone walls. There are options. Let's go with blackstone. I think I probably need a bit more of those. Can't chains be used instead of walls and fences? Yeah, they probably could, but then they would cost iron, right? Anyway, that should be all we need. We do need hoppers, and I do have iron. This was not part of the plan, by the way. But now we're just doing it so we can get some XP. What was it saying? Iron. So all my iron's down here, apparently. Where do you read chat from, says Dolphin the Great? From my screen. We got a noise in the ear from Sean F 1986. Thank you for subscribing with the Prime, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Transit Biker says, what's the music? It's written in the bottom left of the screen. Okay. Oh yeah, so I added a little something on this side, and I came down here and I went, no? Where's my enchanting table? Where's my chest? I was so confused, and then I was like, oh yeah, I made that little space behind me, right? What was this for? Oh, brain, don't do that to me. Hoppers. Hoppers. Yeah, 8 should be more than enough. I will take some iron with me. And a little bit more wood. Just in case we need it. So off we go. Back to the Mesa, I guess. Lucidly, lightly lucid says, true hermit vibes working from the underground. Isn't it just? Isn't it just? Hello, I heard a while soon was streaming, says 10th Matrix. Welcome, 10th Matrix. I am indeed streaming. I'm not sure if I'm wild. But there you go. Also, 4,100 peeps are tuned in. Thank you everyone for coming by. Be sure to hit that follow button over here on Twitch. I'll probably stream again maybe Tuesday, I think. Tuesday's very likely. I do love the music you use on stream, says Karika. Me too. Me too. I stream a lot of Dungeon Synth. And this one is particularly like a calming form of it. Apparently it's actually 4,200 peeps. Well, another 100 peeps have joined. Thank you so much. Oh, we've still got F3B on. What is your texture pack X, says Odd Oracle? It's Vanilla Tweaks. It's listed in my description box. I get a lot of questions sometimes. What resource pack are you using? You know, what song was that in the video? It's always in the description box of an episode. Okay. Wait, was it just night? Must be imagining things. Let's go back over to the Mesa. It's Nizart is here for 3 months, saying, from time to time I remember that I haven't used my Prime in some time. Well, thank you for using your Prime. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream. For anyone who doesn't know, if you've got Amazon Prime, you can get a free subscription over on Twitch with it. Hey X, who else is on the server right now? These people. These people are on the server right now. Rollout 52, Unique Weirdo. Thank you to the both of you for using the Prime. Appreciate it. I've already used my Prime sub this month. Sorry, says Karika. Hey, as I said, you can use it to subscribe to someone on Twitch. Subscribe to whoever you want to subscribe to. Just if you got one, remember you can support a streamer with it. Captain Cook 19, thank you for using the Prime. 3 months. Hey X, do you know where Mumbo is building his starter base at? Says WF Key. Well, obviously I do, because we just did a prank on Mumbo at his base. Jeez, I mean, like we just that epic prank was all at Mumbo's base. Where did you think it was? I mean, you can't build something like that unless it's at Mumbo's base, right? Chat, you know what I'm talking about. Like, didn't that just explain itself, that ginormous prank? I feel like it did. I feel like you would know that's at Mumbo's starter base, right? Yeah, obviously, says Noogali. Obviously, it's pretty obvious, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that was great, says Nikki. It was great, wasn't it? It's possibly one of the best. Possibly one of the best. Uru Johnny and Tana01, thank you for using those Prime subscriptions. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Welcome aboard. You now got access to the emotes. Mystical Mario says that was the best prank. Wow, the best. Dang, okay. Best prank, some of you are saying. Awesome. WF Kiwi says, I'm so confused. I can't tell if X and the stream peeps are strolling or trolling, or if it really did happen and I missed the prank. Oh, I believe you missed the prank, my dude. I mean, oh, it's such an epic prank. Such an epic prank. Totally missed it. You know? Where was that? Where was that one really near the surface? I need to find that one. I don't need more iron rails. What am I doing? Expect, thank you for the Prime. Rayleigh 1569 here for 6 months. Hey X, it's my son's 10th birthday. You are his favourite hermit. You are his favourite hermit. We love your content. So glad to finally get it streaming. That's so awesome to hear. Happy birthday, and to all the peeps in chat. Hey, glowberries. Golden apple. To all the peeps in chat. Let's wish Rael's son a happy 10th birthday. Show them some Hermitcraft love. Diamonds! Sweet! This was good. And another golden apple. Dang, I couldn't find these chests before. Now I found 2. That's pretty sweet. There you go, chat's going crazy with the happy birthdays. Anyway, we need to find that spawner. I definitely feel like it was sort of around... Wasn't it around the beginning? Actually, maybe I don't really remember. Yeah, no, I'm not actually sure at all. Which is not helpful. Did we see that one? That was the first one we saw. Oh god, no. Look. I've just found 3 golden apples. How cool is that? Well, that ain't bad. And that was the one that we did actually find. And loot. Yeah. Heck, I need a minecart later. So, I'll take that. Right, so as I head more towards where I think the spawner might have been. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, it's weird because we know there's one around here. I've got a feeling I'm just going to go in the wrong direction. Like, I'm not having that moment where it's like, oh, there it is. That's, you know, I recognize this. Hey, look, it's super dark in there. Ow, that was rude. Shouldn't that not damaged me? Shouldn't that have gone to the shield, which, by the way, I needed to make a new shield and I haven't made one yet. Oh, wow, there's some epic caving stuff going on here. Right, let's grab some of those torches. Okay, that doesn't really go anywhere. It's just everywhere I'm going doesn't feel like anywhere near where I was before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we started exploring it somewhere around here, you know what I mean? We just need a spawner. We've been through this bit, that's where I got some coal. And then I think I got turned around by some zombies down here. Yeah, this isn't it. It's on the other side, says Prakik. I'm glad you know where it is, but I don't. I don't know where the other side is. The other side of what? Ah! Gotcha. I also don't have a sword. Let's go plop this thing down nearby. We need some stickies. I also don't have cobblestone, but... Aha! I'll make a dark sword. Peeps are saying use water. Oh, yeah. That is a swift way to deal with a problem right there. Although it's not getting all of them exactly. Right. Anyway, time to build a very temporary farm. Well, I mean it might be permanent, but is it temporary because I use it temporarily, or is it temporary if it gets torn down? That is a question. Right, let's see then. So, the spawn area is like 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Making this a wall. Then again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Making that a wall. Aha, but now, that's 2. That's 3 and 4 there. So now we've got the size of the square, I guess. 3 and 4, cool. The room will be 3 high. Ah, wait a minute, that's a good point. Right, in that case, what I want to do is that. And it needs to go down by 1. Got it. And then I'm going to be left over with some orange terracotta to sell, I guess. So yeah, let's dig out this corner first. Oh, look. There's that. And let's keep the torches. Is it a regular spider or a cave spider? Cave spider need an extra half-block radius for better rates. Do they now? Do they now? They got a small hitbox. I think... Wait, sorry, did you say regular or cave spiders? Regular spiders need extra space. Not the cave spiders. Okay, so that is that corner. Nicely carved out. Let's go over here to this one next. And we got noises in the air. It's Nordicaon here for 9 months. Dr. Echo here with the Prime. And Captain Molson for 2 months. Thank you ever so much. You just gave me an idea. Because we've got a Twitch baby right there. I need a Twitch baby emote. We need like a little baby Xisuma. A video emote. That's what I call them. Those little animations on the screen. You missed one of the sides. Well, considering that I haven't finished putting this thing together yet, I'm guessing the missed side is the one that I haven't done. Again, that is 4 away. So yeah, over to there is the next bit. Hey, we got a noise in the ear from a Kidden Plays for 12 months. Thank you so much, Kidden. Appreciate it. Right, we definitely need another torch around here. And I need to figure out what side I'm going to put the air quotes entrance. Entrance is not the right term, is it? The killing chamber. Much more grim. Alright. Hey, we got a noise in the ear. It's Hatless Dash here for Cheers and Bits. Here with Cheers and Bits, saying congrats on a new season, X. Thank you, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're enjoying it. It's nice to start. I think the break was longer than I needed. But it was kind of nice to have a break for a change. How come the very bottom of the screen is cut off? Oh, it's just because I don't have a streaming profile for this, so I just resized the window manually. Yeah, considering there's an opening here, this seems like a good spot. The only thing with this is, it's always possible that the spider could go in the corner, or I might not be visible. I think what we'll do is we'll start here, and give it the bigger hitbox. So that'll mean, yep, these walls. Ah! It's going to be 3 high. I'm going to run out of walls, aren't I? No, maybe not. No, I'll be okay. Okay, right, so we got that going on. Now the trick will be just to kill them in the middle, so like let's use those into a chest, and I guess I could do with a couple more. So you'd have a chest there. This is for picking up the string. Okay, let's go into this space, so our chest goes there. Put a crafting bench with it as well. I mean, I was doing this for XP, right? I wasn't really concerned about getting any items from it. What do I need to make now? We got Sherlock here for 5 months. Ooh, sub. Now I feel warm and fuzzy inside. Oh, that's good. Thank you, my dude. Appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. We got Valkyrie and 1993 here for 4 months. Thank you so much. Oh, I got some of that as well, have I? Wait. Dang it, I'm supposed to be making a hopper. A hibbity-hoobity hopper. There we go. 2 hoppers. And then those fences. So yeah, I kind of need to be able to walk through this space so that they can see me from a bunch of different angles, is the idea. Maybe that's my way outside to the other place. I don't know. Cool, and then we do this. Right, and I can't go through these gaps, so punch them out. No, very bad. Oh, got lucky. Got lucky. Right, now the light that you see at the back of the room is just the dynamic lighting mod. So we don't really need to worry about that. And I can collect the XP through there. The light, this will actually be affecting it. So this needs to be essentially, I was going to say a door, but even a door lets light through, doesn't it? Sherlock, thank you ever so much for gifting those subs. Alberto77, Mayo Fish, Manu Camus, Jeebus, 333, Care Smill, Shakzaru, y'all been gifted subs. Be sure to say thanks in the chat to Sherlock. We always appreciate the gifting of the subs. That we do. Yeah, there you go. Now we've got a tunnel to darkness. Probably going to come over here one day and get killed by something, right? And if I use a sword, we'll hit multiple at once and we won't be using my diamond axe, I guess. Save it some durability and all of that. Right, so far these hoppers are getting all the items, so that's good. And I'm getting XP. Right, I think I'll put that on my offhand so we're not in complete miserable darkness. Ivan the Minecrafter, thank you for 5 months. FW Games, thank you for 33. Incredible, appreciate it. So I kind of want them to come to the middle, but like once they group up somewhere, they seem to just stay there, don't they? So I might need a couple extra hoppers at some point. So far so good though. Nice. Will you turn it into an AFK farm at some point, says 8-Bit Astronaut? Probably not. I mean, this is just me improvising something on stream for the fun of it, right? It's a good thing to know though, this. Like, as far as building a very quick early game farm, yes, you need hoppers to collect the items, but I mean, walls and fences are not difficult to get, so digging out a quick square around one and whatnot. Nullity says you could use water streams. It'd be a bit pointless though, because the idea is that the spiders see you and come to you, so you don't need the water stream. Maybe one way you could automate this is if they see you and come to you, and then you have like a drop, and then they drop down it, and I think they would still climb to come back to you. So you could have them fall down a drop, come back to you. I don't know if you could then funnel them into one place, but then there'd be like one hit kill, which makes it a little easier. See, their behaviour is always tricky because of the way that they climb. But if they can see me, then they're going to... I mean, I guess you could trick them into jumping so they automatically drop the items. So if you just wanted... Like, imagine this room, except there's just like a gap, right? So they see me, they come to me, they fall down the gap, they die at the bottom, you collect the items automatically. So that's one way to automate a farm pretty easily. You would need hoppers. If you wanted to get the XP, the difficult thing is always grouping them up into one spot that you can continuously attack at. But it might be plausible when they climb back up to have them immediately go into a water stream. Right, who wants to do the math on how long it takes for me to get to level 30? Oh no, my sword! Could you put powdered snow in mid-air? I don't know particularly what that would do. They could take freezing damage on it. Peeps are saying 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Y'all are guessing. It'll be a while, won't it? But anyway, I've now got access to some string if ever I need a bunch. I haven't even looked and seen how much we've gotten yet. We've got quite a few spiders here though. Ow. It's weird that. Like, I didn't move forward or anything. They haven't been able to hit me for a while, and then all of a sudden they do. Dripstone at the top, says Bento Boy. I don't know what dripstone would do. It would probably disrupt their ability to spawn. So we've been here for 5 minutes because that torch just despawned. And I don't know what XP level we had at the beginning. But yeah, there you go. Sounds like there's one over there. There is, that's why. I mean, I've got stuff to continuously hit at the moment. That's cool. And I want to keep killing them so that more can spawn. Oops, wrong one. Aha, look. If something does drop to the side, I can go pick it up. Wait. I can fit through the gap. Ah! Oh, I can fit through the gap. That's hilarious. Right, what do y'all want to talk about while we sit here and grind it out? I'm not going to stay here, though, because clearly it's not enough to get us to, like, level 30 right now. X, there is a poll. Take a look at it. Is there a poll? That's the one we did earlier. No, wait, now it's different. Oh, okay. Less than 20 minutes, 50% of you think. I don't know. Because the thing is, it gets harder. Like, it takes longer the higher your level, right? It's not flat. It's like an exponential curve or whatever. Lucaro says, yo, what's going on today? He's reading everything I write on the first try. I mean, there's a lot of chatters. I'm not always reading chat. Whoa. So, you know, can't expect to have every message read. If you want, you could put carpet on the hoppers to avoid the XP balls going into them getting stuck. Yeah, I don't mind walking a nudge towards it, though. Yeah, so I think I'm going to move on from here. Trade with villagers for XP, says Butterfly Pick. I kind of want to avoid them a little bit at the beginning. I will do the villagers when the time is right. It's just, they're so overpowered. They give you so much straight away, and I'm looking for a bit of a slower experience, I guess. Anyway, what do we want to talk about, peeps, while we grind away here? I think that'll do me for now. I'm going to pick these things up. We'll take the terracotta. I'm going to give it these materials. Leave those behind for now. And that thing. And that. The rest of this stuff, though, I kind of want to fill up my inventory with terracotta and take back. Is the idea. Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, let's get out of here. Plans for the base. Oh, well, for my base, I mean, I got something for my base, but, like, again, my whole thing this season is just kind of to do it more inspirationally, you know, just, as I said, follow my nose. So, as far as plans goes, there ain't really any. I mean, I got a later game project for the, like, I guess you call it the entrance to my base, and the concept of the base, but that's kind of it. How to stay positive in desperate times like these, says PSGMND. I would say that trying to stay positive may not be the best way to think about it. Positivity, it's like positive thinking. Is it always good? It's not always rational to be positive. I think you want to manage your emotions and think things through, and to try not to be too caught up in your own emotions, but like a lot of them are valid, and sometimes the reason it's hard to be positive is because there's a lack of positivity to gravitate to. I don't think you should be like positive for positive's sake. You should have some rationale to it. X, what are your thoughts on subathons? Not much really. I know it's something streamers do. I come on Twitch and I stream a couple of hours every day or every other day, like, and that'll vary a bit as well. I'm not a full-time streamer, like I do YouTube and streaming, and it just doesn't really, for me, fit into my like culture of how I do streaming. So I wouldn't tie my stream time down to how many people are subbing. Because I get tired around 2 to 3 hours, right? Especially like the lack of movement. Like I like to stand and sit and switch between the two, but like not being able to move about. Like I'll go for a walk on the treadmill after this, and it'll just revitalize me. I feel good. What are my shop plans? I don't have any shop plans. I'm doing a temporary little shop to sell some terracotta, and that's it really. Just make a few diamonds at the beginning. I don't think I'm going to go big on shops this season, but we'll see what happens. Do you have a standing desk? I have a motorized sit-stand desk, and one of the things I'm going to do is buy a new monitor stand, I think, to sort out the ergonomics a little bit. Pyroburnium, thank you for 43 months, and Cheeky Kaninki, whose name I've probably butchered, thank you for 2 months, greatly appreciated. There's a lot of questions in chat about what am I going to do, and the answer for everything is I don't have a plan, I don't know. Springfire is here with cheers and biddies saying, X, you have good taste in music. Have you ever heard of Alanis Morissette? If you have heard, there are a couple of hermits who need educating. If you have, I've heard... Wait, do you mean there's a couple of hermits that haven't heard Alanis Morissette? Everyone here has probably heard Alanis Morissette. I forget the name of that one big song, but the Jagged Little Pill album was one of those albums that, you know, just kind of got everywhere. Yes, I've heard of her. I like her music. Morissette, I love it. Am I saying it wrong? Probably saying it totally wrong. So a lot of chat are saying that they haven't heard them. You must have heard that song. I forget the name of it though. Really disappointed by Gem and Pearl in that regard, says Lordy This. I don't get that. Like, why be disappointed in someone that they haven't heard of something? I was thinking about this earlier because you see it all the time. Oh my god, you haven't heard of so-and-so? Oh my god, you haven't seen this thing? Like, what's the most popular sport on the planet, right? Let's take the most popular sport on the planet, and, or, it's not the most popular, but it's one of the most popular. And then its biggest star, or whatever, right? The name of that person, I couldn't even pronounce it, alright? It's like, exposure to stuff is kind of relative. Like, what country are you from? What things are you into? Oh my god, you've never heard of Metallica. Like, what if you're just not into music? Like, Metallica's a pretty prevalent name in this part of the world, but in other parts, maybe not. In Africa, in China, in India, I don't know. So like, whenever you see that kind of like, that whole, oh my god, you haven't seen this thing, you haven't seen that, you don't know about this, it's like, well, everyone's got different interests, right? So like, one of the biggest sports on the planet is ping pong, in terms of like viewership and whatnot, and that's because it's big in Chinese culture. So like, the biggest ping pong player is probably a name that I can't pronounce and couldn't tell you. But like, should it then be, oh my god, you haven't heard of the world's biggest, you know, ping pong? Did I say ping ball? I think I've been saying ping pong. Reverse gatekeeping, says Mez the Lynx. I'm dismantling the gate, is what I'm doing. It's like, oh my god, you haven't heard of so-and-so? Actually, wait, no, what you're saying is that is reverse gatekeeping? Because gatekeeping would be like, oh, you can't listen to this, you're not a true fan. That's gatekeeping, isn't it? That kind of attitude. So yeah, like, it's always just relative, and like what's in your sphere of influence and whatnot. So I never really like buy into that way of thinking or talking, really. Alanis isn't exclusively Canadian, but she certainly has most success up here. I'd be surprised if a Canadian hadn't heard of her. No, I think she is Canadian, right? I'm pretty sure she's Canadian. And I don't know that her music was successful in Canada particularly either. I know it was like a multi-platinum record in America at least. Let's get rid of that. Do you know what American football is, says Ibran. I'm guessing that American football is just like football over here, where you kick the ball with your foot, and you've got 11 players on each side. You know, 2 halves, 45 minutes. There's not a lot of stop and start, right? Except just American, right? Or is it egg-shaped handball? It might be egg-shaped handball, you know. Matt Sabu, thank you ever so much for 38 months. Agile Relic, thank you for the Prime. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream. We can pick up a little bit more of this stuff before we go, actually. The Jagged Little Pill Broadway musical closed a couple of months ago, and I'm still sad about it. I did not know that was turned into a musical. Huh. I happen to like American football. I like watching the highlights more than sitting through a game. In fact, I've rarely watched a televised game, but watching one at a stadium. Me and my mate plan on going to one of the ones. I think is it the Green Bay Packers are playing in Spurs' stadium, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Hoping to go to that. I haven't been to Tottenham Hotspur's new stadium. But yeah, they export a couple of games abroad, which is you know, it's on one hand it's like a real commercialized thing because of the amount of money it can generate. And over here in the UK, attitudes towards football are way more purist, and like the idea of exporting a game abroad is always like really rigidly resisted by you know, the sort of general English football community. But like, if the reasons weren't, you know, purely about money making, I really don't think it's a bad idea to take cultural things like that and, you know, go to another country with it. Like, I like there being a global community. I like that the world has gotten smaller with time and that we know more about one another from different parts of the world. And in a way, it's like a nice thing to, you know, bring... I'm glad that they bring American football over here. It's really cool. I really enjoyed when I went to Wembley and saw it. And that in the world of English football is like... purely commercial and against the spirit of the game, and like whenever the discussion comes up, people like hate the idea of one of the matches of the Premier League being played in the States, but like then all the people over there can enjoy it, you know? It's just, I don't know. Like everything has like good and bad about it, and sometimes it just seems like, you know, the bad can be a bit of nonsense. That being said, the commercial motives for doing it are, like, commercialization of stuff is annoying. But sometimes it can bring good things here. They send Premier League teams over here, says Mountain J. What they do is they do pre-season, like, tournaments. So, and that is a thing quite driven by commercial export of the game. So... it used to be that you'd have pre-season friendlies, and you still do actually. You have a lot of pre-season friendlies. The higher up in the clubs you go, there's more of a global presence and a global branding initiative. So clubs like Chelsea and Man United and Liverpool, they want to export their brand across the globe. So what they did is they took the pre-season friendlies, which used to be warm-ups, and then they would do those in other countries, and now they've turned into like miniature tournaments. So before the Premier League starts, there will be little tournaments going on around the world in different countries, and these will be like kind of like half-hearted matches of football where players are still trying to get in shape for the season, and it's not like they're going to play out of their skin like they might do in the Premier League or in the FA Cup. So it's not full intensity sport. But what I'm talking about is that what they want to do is take the actual Premier League and take a couple of fixtures out of it and play them in another country to, again, like, export the brand, increase awareness, and make more money ultimately, right? Why do people keep asking you about everyone else? Like, go ask them, says Bassine. Thank you for saying that, Bass. I appreciate you saying that, because I look at my chat at the time and it's just like someone's talking about someone else and it's like, alright. Alright, you can ask me a question, but I can't tell you what every other hermit is thinking. You know? What would you say is the best advice for someone who's trying to eat healthier but doesn't want to go on a crazy diet, says Karen Jew. The way to think about it, I mean, you've touched on it there, like, don't go on a crazy diet, right? The way to think about this stuff is that diet is what you're already doing. You have this diet. It is what you're eating. So when you see, like, you know, weight loss diets and stuff and they're drastically different, they can be unhelpful because it is difficult to just completely switch and do something totally different. And I don't advocate for that. What I advocate for is learning and understanding the better ways of eating, the things that you could do, like intermittent fasting, what types of things you should perhaps consider eating less, like sugary foods, processed foods, and just work towards changing your diet. But not overnight, just slowly with time. Do it in baby steps. Do what you're comfortable with, because eating healthy or trying to lose weight, like, it's a lifestyle, it's a long-term thing. It's not something that you go on a diet and it fixes and then that's it. It's like, it is what you're eating all the time. So if you're not happy with what you're eating, if you want to feel more energetic, or, you know, make some changes for the better, or you want to lose weight, like, you want to think about it in a long-term sense. Like, it has to be sustainable and practical, and doing a switch overnight isn't. Like, if you want to eat like me and just eat nothing but like salads and vegetables and cooked meals from, like, you know, no processed foods and fruit and yogurt every day, and then like on the weekends just one meal a day, like, it's not something I just flicked a switch and did. I had to change over time. So that's how I'm able to eat what might be like a really weird diet from someone else's perspective. So just think about it like, what can I do this week to do better? And maybe that just means, you know, you'll skip a couple of desserts and maybe have some fruit instead. Great start, you know? And then make that what you do consistently from now on. And don't think of it in terms of like, I won't do this forever. It's like just temporary, because if you go back to how you're eating, you know, it's like the slider comes back. I always think of it like a speedometer. You got the middle where you're just sustaining. You got the left where maybe you're like losing weight, and then you got the right where you're gaining it. And if you think of it like that, you know, you want to bring it over to the left if you need to like lose weight, but ultimately you're going to end up in the middle, right? And the thing with diets is it gives this illusion of like, go on a diet, solve your problems, go back to eating how you were before. You have to change how you're eating. Your relationship to food has to change. You have to look and see and think about these things differently. Yeah, because, you know, if you're eating junk food all the time and you're putting on weight and you're like, I need to eat better, well, not only do you need to eat better, but like, you can't just go back to this if you're going to make those changes. Like, you have to give some of this stuff up. So you need to get used to making those changes and do it slowly over time. Because you can adapt to, you know, 1 or 2 less treats a week. And then, you know, maybe half a year from now that becomes another 1 or 2 less. But you want to do what's sustainable. Sustainable is a key word here. Because if you can't sustain it, you're just going to swing straight back to what you were doing before, right? And that's not really any good. Becca, thank you for gifting a sub to Basien. Appreciate you doing that. Appreciate you doing that. Let's go down the bottom and how are we doing on the pop-up shop supplies? Like, you know, I don't want to go crazy with it. I think I could actually. I feel like there's almost a double chest's worth there. Yeah, let's get this to a double chest. We'll I'm trying to think about priorities. I think actually probably a better priority would be to get more XP. Simon 0815, thank you for the prime. But we'll do the terracotta, you know. Sustainable and remembering that means adorable. I don't know how it means adorable. Is there a world culture that fascinates you the most, has been the Red Honorette? Not off the top of my head. I get like intermittently interested in particular things and maybe focus on an era of time as I learn about something, because I have a general interest for the world, cultures, historically and whatnot. But it's just like whatever comes across my way. And I've never been too obsessed on any particular one, but I love like all cultures of the world and all histories. It's just so interesting and fascinating, and it's cool to learn about. Scandinavian metal culture. I love my Scandinavian metal. Sure. Abandoned food photosynthesize, says Mystic. Oh, imagine that. Imagine just being able to photosynthesize all the energy you need. Chameleon897, thank you for 2 months, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Hope you enjoying the stream. I'll tell you what I could do with more sandstone, but I didn't find any of those big chunks of it. Could you talk about the work ethic it takes to stream consistently, says 121 Uday. Yeah, well, doing something consistently, I guess, is looking at it through the lens of habit, and discipline, as opposed to like want and inspiration. It's not to say I'm not inspired to stream, I'm not motivated to. I talked about this recently. I heard this thing, and it's going to stick with me for a long time, that we tend to look at things in terms of inspiration. I'm inspired, now I'm motivated, and now I'm doing it. And you look at it like it's one to the next to the other, like a start and an end result. Whereas really, it's a circle. Because if you start doing something, okay, you can then become inspired and motivated to do it. So it is about cultivating a discipline where you turn up and you do the thing regardless. I have streamed on days where I didn't really want to. And 90% of the time, once I start streaming and getting into it a bit, you know what, this is great. Right? And it's like that for a lot of other stuff. Some stuff is a bit different. Some stuff like exercise and working out is more big picture. It's more like, I need to do this now because I'll feel the benefits of it later. But the discipline is the key thing, right? Oh, don't do this to me. That you are going to be doing that thing, like, regardless of how you feel. Because some days you don't feel like doing it. And if you can cultivate that kind of attitude, you can apply it to many things. And then, you know, when you realize, hey, look, I really want to do this thing. Okay, and I need to get my act together about it. If you've got that tool set of like, I'll turn up and do it, regardless, then, you know, you'll be able to get into the things that you want to do. This might involve making decisions where you're like, do you know what, the reason I struggle to get into this is because I don't actually like it. And that's fine, you know, you cut your losses and move on to the next thing. Dear Shemi, thank you for 51 months. Months run by quickly now. God, they do, don't they? Years go by quickly. Just this stuff that seems so big and relevant that, like, pops into your awareness every now and then. You're like, oh God, that was like 6 years ago. What? I was so surprised to see the fan art in your first episode. Glad you liked it and gave me motivation to keep making arts this chapter, Corey. Thank you, my dude. I really loved it. Like I said, it struck a nerve with me. It was just, hadn't done that in a while. I mean, I always love fan art. It just related to me playing guitar. I hadn't done it in a while. Then all of a sudden I got sent this amazing fan art and I was just like, wow, that's so cool. And art is maybe something that what I just said applies to, right? Like maybe you're out there, you're someone that makes art and you don't do it a lot because you're looking for inspiration or motivation. Like, when you are inspired and you can't do it, always write down the ideas that are popping into your head, because let's say one day you've got the time to do it and you got that list, you can be like, oh, I was going to draw this thing, I'm not really inspired right now, but hey, just start drawing it, right? I mean, like, if half an hour or an hour goes by or whatever time is suitable for you and you're really not into it, okay, put it down, no loss. But like, chances are you're going to start doing it and then that time's going to come around, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm into this now, this is going great. That happens a lot for me in my creative endeavours, you know. You just have to start, and then sometimes it can come to you. That is the hardest thing, not to beat myself up after having been unable to stick to something for one day instead of just shrugging it off and continuing. There is often so much self-guilt involved, says Curls. Yeah, there is. Self-guilt is a good way of expressing... Oh, there you go. Read my mind. Is a good way of expressing something. I've really struggled with that over the years. Just I don't know. I think it's something like at one point in time it would be something like streaming. I'd miss a stream and feel really guilty about it or something. Or maybe I have the evening off and I really just don't quite feel like doing this thing today, and it's like I feel guilty about it. I can't enjoy that spare time. I sort of, without having that terminology of self-guilt, it sounds like the perfect word for it really, is just letting go of that and just being like, I've had it a lot the last week, as I'm sure many of us had, for obvious reasons, where I've been like, I just can't do this right now. And rather than like guilt myself, I kind of let go a bit. Obviously, there's got to be a balance there, because you can't do that all the time, right? Talking about not being inspired and stuff, but yeah, just identifying self-guilt. I think there's a difference between self-guilt and not being inspired. Sorry, not like, and there's a difference between self-guilt and not following up on like your plans. I do this with my spare time, right? What's all the clay for, says Mystic Malevance. What clay? I've got 0 clay. Clay was one of the things I wanted to gather today, actually. That crossed my mind at one point. Gather a bit of clay. But no. May Faree is here for 4 months, saying happy 4 months and happy start to a great season. Thank you so much. Appreciate it and hope you're enjoying the stream. This mesa biome is big, says Keenan-Bar. Yeah, it looks relatively big, doesn't it? Hey X, what's happened with the shops this season? There's going to be a shopping district, or are there local villages again for this season? I believe there'll be a shopping district later on. Oh no, he's leaving floating blocks behind. Or someone else can mine those. I guess I could do that. Now they're not in my inventory, right? Build your portal here, says Pranav. I could have done, but I don't have any obsidian, so no. Were you in the first season, X, says Reektag? Yes, I was. I'm an OG, an original hermit. When will your next stream start? I don't know. I don't know when it will, because I don't know when it is. Conboy, thank you for 59 months. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream, my dude. Have you seen the Kanye documentary on Netflix? I haven't. I haven't listened to Donda 2. I believe in like music being in a way separate from the actions of an artist. Like, you know, like every case is unique. Maybe if someone's making art where they're like literally saying deliberately terrible stuff that I completely disagree with, then you know, I don't know how I feel about that. But there's definitely some artists that I listen to that have like very controversial and patchy things around them. But to me, the music's very different from all of that, and so I don't really have a problem with it. But with everything that's going on with Kanye as of late, I've just, without really like making a decision, a conscious decision, just really not felt like bothering, because some of the stuff I'm hearing, and I'm not following it firsthand, but what I'm hearing that's going on just seems like really wrong on multiple different fronts, right? Like, how he's treating other people and whatnot. And for that reason, without really thinking it through, I've just not been in the mood to check it out. I've seen the Genius documentary on Netflix like advertised, and I thought about watching it, and then I've just been like, oh, I don't know, just don't really feel like it. So I don't know if I'll actually check it out. And Kanye's like one of those artists that I always enjoy checking out, but I think I do because he's a bit of like a zeitgeist of culture. I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, but like he's a big focal point of music culture. So being a music person, it's like I kind of want to tune in and check out what Kanye's up to, right? And it's been a long time since the Kanye record has really like been that engrossing to me. I think Ye was a little bit in 2018, and then before then some of his old stuff and the very first records were terrific. But you know, I kind of just like check it out because it's like a big musical event, I guess you could say. And I just haven't. I have not felt the need to check it out at all. Drop 'em Dead 98, thank you for the Prime, appreciate it, my dude. And I probably won't. I think I can't be bothered. Just feeling a bit dissatisfied with what they're doing. Also, like, some of the stuff that I listen to with like unsavory musicians has been like stuff that I found out like later on or not really realized, and like you get into their music and then later on you're like, oh, you did this or whatever. So like you already got a connection with the music, whereas now it's like, you know, you're hearing these stories about what they're up to and it just turns you off. The last album to stick with me was Jesus. Still listen to it, says Half a Heart. That album was a bit of a mixed bag for me, I don't know. A fair bit of Death Grips influence on that one as well, which I like. It's okay to separate the artist from the person, but in my opinion it's not okay when the person is being abusive to the ex-spouse, is Lightly Lucid. I feel like I feel like that's sort of saying the two opposite things, right? I think it is okay to separate the artist from their actions and the art, right? The art and the artist from them doing terrible things. Of course, there's a bit of a caveat if perhaps their art is about the terrible thing in a direct way, and maybe, yeah, maybe not. But like, I think if someone wants to listen to Kanye for the music, that's fine. For me, it's like, it's not a change. It's just the fact that it's like, as this is coming out, I'm hearing all this other stuff, all this drama that sounds just rotten, and it's like, I just don't want to check it out because of that, you know? John Lennon was a controversial character to say the least, yet I still enjoy much of his music. Is he a controversial character? I don't really know. Never really thought of him as controversial. Not that I know a lot about the guy. I mean, I know a few anecdotes like the sleep-in or whatever protest, and like people mocked it a bit because it's like, oh, you're just going to lay in bed. Like, what are you actually doing? So now lots of people are talking about controversial musicians in chat, yeah. MJ made great music, says good enough for me. Yeah, I always thought of MJ as a figure that like as a victim of media assassination, and that he was a quirky character with his own reasons for why he behaved the way he did. But once that recent documentary came out with those testimonials from some of the kids that hung around with him, since then, like, I'll always enjoy his music, but always at the back of my mind, it's like, I don't feel like those people were insincere. I'm not a body language reader. If you want to dissect that documentary and think about the motives of the people involved, you could probably add it up and weigh it up in different directions. For me, I would want nothing more than to defend MJ, because I think his music is, you know, absolutely sublime. Waffy Boy says, do you like Ozzy Osbourne? Oh no, I haven't posted it yet. I just wrote it today. There's Ozzy Osbourne on my music blog if you want to go listen to it. Sorry, read it or whatever. My next one will be Ozzy Osbourne. Put that out tomorrow. I was writing about that before I streamed. Yeah, after seeing that MJ documentary, I really find it difficult to not believe the story they're telling and feel compassion towards them. And obviously that's, you know, terrible or not good for MJ or for anyone involved. It's like, it's a big ugly story in general. But yeah, I know a lot of people debate it, have opinions on it, and so I'm not trying to say I got the answer, just that I can't help but feel, I can't help but believe those stories, basically. I'm not a body language reader, I'm not an expert of any of that stuff, I just kind of felt it was very genuine. Body language is a pseudoscience at best. There is much to individual variation for an expert to give a clear picture of someone else's emotion and if they are lying or not. Maybe? I don't know. Like when you say something is a pseudoscience, right? Like I'm always aware that a lot of information we hear and say is like we've heard it somewhere else, we recycle it. So much of the things we believe in the world rely on a system of trust where, you know, why is the Earth round? Well, because you read it in a textbook or whatever. Like, we need these systems of trust and listening to one another. And in and amongst that can come bad ideas, can perpetuate. And pseudoscience is a real thing. There are pseudosciences out there. With body language, it's like over the years I've definitely like learned a few things or like watched a few documentaries or whatever that touch on that kind of territory, and it's in my mind it's more of a case of like people. I've definitely heard the anecdote that people think people always overestimate their own abilities when it comes to that stuff. I don't know if it's actually a pseudoscience. I mean, I'm assuming you've heard someone say that, so someone's got to be the authority on calling it a pseudoscience. I don't know if that's actually true or not. For example, machine learning and AI would probably be pretty good at being able to read body language, I imagine, if you fed it the right sort of data sets with enough information. I don't know, but body language is like clearly a thing. It's clearly real. We can send each other signals with body language. So, you know, and there are known signs of deception. People look in a particular direction because of how your eyes move is related to which part of your brain you're accessing. So, yeah, I would put a caveat in that just because it's not something I really dived into recently at all. But there's definitely things I've heard about body language and stuff. I would not be calling it a pseudoscience. Maybe there's just people who overestimate their abilities, right? Valander says that's the pseudoscience part X. Exactly. It's not a pseudoscience. There's a part of it that can be like pseudoscience. Mainly people overestimating their abilities tends to be a common one, as far as I understand it. False is streaming Hermitcraft, so if y'all want to continue the Hermitcraft action, then stick around. I'm going to send you over to Full Symmetry next, because it's the end of my stream today. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and shared. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you to my Patreons, my mods, and all the peeps gifting sub. Y'all are appreciated, and I'll see you again soon. Be sure to hit the follow button before you head out of here, and hit that raid button, as the raid is now begun. Anyway, take care everyone. See you later. Bye-bye.